She be watching my streams go up. She be calling me viral.
Let's watch The Rock.
And free chocolate secretly.
Look, I'm The Rock. Let's go. I know this guy. Where do I know him from? What was he in?
Landscape of Hollywood, where actors... In the vast landscape of Hollywood, where actors strive to disappear into their roles, one man stands tall, proud, and utterly recognizable.
Ooh.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. With a career spanning over 2 decades, Johnson has carved out a niche for himself that can only be described as impressively consistent.
Why did you say... Did you mean niche?
Consistently limited. Johnson's
Damn.
facial expressions are a testament to the power of minimalism in acting. From his breakout role
Niche.
as
What
the
is niche?
Scorpion
Is niche
King-
a separate word? I thought you meant niche. Oh, you just got back. Oh, that's a tragic. We've moved past that now. We're on a new segment. I don't want any more of my stream to get muted. So unfortunately, Jay, you missed out.
Portrayal of a man who is definitely not a Scorpion King, but might as well be. Johnson has masterfully showcased his ability to furrow his brow, raise an eyebrow, and occasionally, in moments of extreme dramatic tension, do both simultaneously. This revolutionary technique has allowed him to convey a wide array of emotions, ranging from mild concern to slightly more intense concern. One cannot help but marvel at the nuanced differences between Johnson's "I'm about to save the world" face and his "I'm about to deliver a comedic one-liner" face.
Damn.
The untrained eye might mistake them for being identical, but true connoisseurs of the Johnson oeuvre know that the latter involves a barely perceptible twitch of the left nostril.
What?
Johnson's vocal performance is where his true artistry shines. Whether he's playing a tough cop, a tough lifeguard, a tough jungle cruise skipper, or a tough tooth fairy, because even mythical beings need to hit the...
He's
His delivery
violating.
remains
This
steadfastly
no, he's violating, bro. Why is he listing out all his roles? And no, don't do it like this. Like, we get like he's not like the most amazing actor in the world. We get that, but like we get that he's, you know, quite limited. It's a little quiet. It's actually. Oh, that would have been nice to know at the start.
wavering.
Damn, that's so
It's
annoying.
as if he's discovered the
How's
auditory
this?
equivalent of beige and decided to make it his signature color. His ability to deliver lines with the same intensity,
I hate when videos
regardless
like
of whether he's facing
mad-
a world-ending catastrophe
Why,
or ordering a latte, is nothing short of remarkable. Some might call it one note.
Well, to be
but
fair, like, it takes a certain level of ability to be able to do the same thing every time.
those people clearly fail to appreciate the subtle variations in the Johnson's grunt-to-word ratio across different films.
But I mean,
Well-
he's playing one character in like every role. Like, I don't know, because he doesn't act like that in person. I assume for the most part. I don't think. What I've seen.
While other actors foolishly attempt to alter their physical appearance to fit a role, Johnson has pioneered the revolutionary technique of making every role fit his physical appearance.
Yeah.
In every film,
Okay,
he brings the same level of muscular
that
intensity.
is scummy. Like, he has like the whole studio he has that just helps him. They make movies and scripts just for him. Like, come on now.
ensuring that audiences never forget they're watching Dwayne Johnson play Dwayne Johnson in a Dwayne Johnson movie. This commitment to consistency is admirable, if not entirely necessary.
Yeah.
After all, why bother with such trivial matters as character differentiation when you can flex your pectorals on cue? Johnson's biceps have more screen presence than most actors' entire bodies, and he uses this to his advantage, creating a unique acting style that can only be described an acting boulder, if you will, weathering the storms of different scripts with the same
But what did you
stoic
call it?
expression and monotone delivery. Advantage, creating a unique acting style that can only be described an acting boulder, if you will, weathering the storms of different scripts with the same stoic expression and monotone delivery. In comedies, he brings gravitas to one-liners that lesser actors might
I didn't
be
expect
tempted
him to be
imbue
taller
with
than.
humor.
I didn't. He's taller than The Rock. I forget this actor's name. I know. Where do I know him from? I think the main movie I know him from is Fred Claus.
For timing. In action films, he faces world-threatening dangers with the same expression he uses when tying his shoelaces.
Yeah.
And in dramas, well, Let's just say Johnson has wisely chosen to stick mostly to comedies and action films. Some might argue
I mean,
that
that's not bad. Like, he knows where his limit is, and he aims for what he can do over. But then there's no like real development to it. I see the issue. I do see the issue.
that this consistency is a sign of limited range. These people clearly fail to appreciate the subtleties of Johnson's craft. After all, it takes considerable skill to make every character, from an FBI agent to a demigod, feel exactly the same. Lesser actors might be tempted to change their approach based on the role.
He should have done an accent for when he did the character was just on screen and I forgot his name. Black Adam. He should have done like an accent or something, like an Egyptian accent. He should
But not Johnson. He understands that true artistry lies in finding your niche and strip mining it until there's nothing left but action figures and fast food tie-ins. Johnson's unwavering commitment to being himself in every role has not only defined his acting career, but has also created a unique economic model.
What
in
movie
Hollywood.
is this?
Studios
But it worked though, because he built a brand off of it. Like, arguably, The Rock is still like one of the biggest actors in the world. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna hate on him.
no
I'm not
longer
gonna
need to
hate on
waste
bro.
time and money on screen tests or character development. They simply need to ask themselves one question. Could this role be played by a charismatic mountain of muscle with exactly one facial expression? If the answer is yes, and let's face it, in Hollywood the answer is always yes.
What's
then
he
Johnson-
doing? What movie is? I need to know what movie this is. I can't lie. Does anyone have the movie name in the comments? I will watch this. I'm so serious. The thing I hated most about Black Adam is that I didn't get to see Black Adam. I only got Dwayne Johnson cosplaying as Black Adam. Johnson is an actor. He's a business. That's facts. That's facts. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like his legal, like having
Is
in his
there, man.
contract that he can't
This
lose is dumb
efficiency
as hell. Like I was just talking to this with Jay and like all them, man. Like it's ridiculous. It's all over the place.
extends to the audience as well. When you buy a ticket to a Dwayne Johnson
Like
movie,
it's not just he can't lose. There's like a hit counter. So for every 2 hits he gets, he has to throw 2 hits back. It's like it's super weird. Like so every time in a movie where there's an action sequence, it will just look like a general back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess diversity to the fight sequence. It would just be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's how his fights will like all go.
you know exactly what you're getting. There's comfort in that predictability, like a fast
What's this
food
one?
burger or a rerun of a sitcom you've seen 100 times. Johnson isn't just an actor, he's a brand, a promise
Yeah.
of reliably identical entertainment. In conclusion, Dwayne Johnson's acting range is much like his movies, broad, predictable, and inexplicably popular. But in a world of constant change, isn't there something comforting about an actor you can always count on to be exactly the same, no matter the role? Johnson has transcended mere acting to become a constant in our cinematic universe. While other actors waste their time with frivolous pursuits like character development and emotional range, Johnson stands firm and
Bro, this reminds me of when he got shot in Rampage and he just got up in the next scene like nothing was fine. Everything was fine. Like it was like, huh? You got shot, like like he he got shot, like the bullet went in. But he just next scene he was okay. He just walked it off.
muscular in his commitment to being The Rock in every situation. So the next time you watch a Dwayne Johnson film, and let's face it, given his prolific output, that time is probably now. Take a moment to appreciate the subtle art of unwavering sameness. In a Hollywood obsessed with transformations and method acting, Johnson dares to ask, what if I just flexed and smoldered in every scene instead? And for that, if nothing else, he deserves our respect.
Exactly.
Or at least our raised eyebrow.
He consistent with it. He consistent with it. Okay. So see now he did another one on Ryan Reynolds as well. Let's see how he feels about Ryan Reynolds. Cause I'm curious now. You know what? I'm gonna give him
In the vast landscape of
I'm gonna give him a
Hollywood,
like. I'm gonna give him a like. That's a good breakdown.
let's talk about Ryan Reynolds.
Oh no. Let's talk about Ryan Reynolds. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
A man so omnipresent in Hollywood, you'd think he was the only actor left on Earth. And look, I don't dislike Ryan Reynolds. He's charming, he's funny, and he's basically made being Canadian a personality trait. He's the perfect guy to star in every single action comedy ever made, which, unfortunately, he does. Here's the thing. We all know exactly what to expect from a Ryan Reynolds movie because, let's be honest, he's essentially playing the same character every single time. To illustrate this, let's dive into his most notable performances.
Okay.
There's Deadpool, a wisecracking anti-hero, Free Guy, a wisecracking NPC, and the Hitman's bodyguard.
Wait, was he a wisecracking NPC in Free Guy? I thought Free Guy he was kind of clueless a little bit. But I guess
where he plays a wisecracking bodyguard.
Okay.
Notice a pattern here?
Yeah.
Because I do. And don't forget his role in Red Notice, a film that is basically a case study in what happens when you take three incredibly famous, incredibly charming actors, plop them in front of a green screen, and give them a script that looks suspiciously like an AI-generated checklist of heist movie cliches.
Damn.
In this one, Ryan...
I think maybe he just enjoys doing that. Like The Rock. Like, they just enjoy doing themselves. I think before, Ryan Reynolds wasn't really working before. Like, what he was doing before, I think he did like a couple did he do romance movies or what? I don't even know what he was doing before he kind of got into. I was watching a video and it was breaking down like how he was before and how he kind of turned the whole comedy thing into his thing. And it kind of starts with Deadpool, to be honest. Yeah, it goes like right back to that. But he's not wrong. The actor himself, like, Ryan Reynolds also does the same thing The Rock does. But I feel like, hey, it's probably the same. It's just by choice. Like, they just don't want to, like, branch out. Like, they're comfortable here. So that's what they do. Green Lantern is his best movie, in my opinion. I know you don't believe that. But yeah, if something's working, I guess they want to stick with it. They don't want to, like, branch out. Like, it's really working for them. The Rock, maybe not so much recently because of, like, Black Adam and, like, a whole bunch of other stuff is kind of tanking. So it would be best for The Rock to kind of branch out now and look into other stuff. But Ryan Reynolds currently actually has no need to do that. Like, he could just continue doing Deadpool. So, for the most part. And people have loved Deadpool, so... No, it worked. It was working for The Rock, though. That's the thing. It was working for The Rock until he had to do a DC project. That's when it kind of was like, oh. Okay, so Black Adam versus Shazam isn't happening. Black Adam versus Superman. Black Adam is contracted to win because The Rock isn't allowed to lose in his contract. So how does that work? Where do we go from here? Like, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it wasn't gonna work out for The Rock in DC. With that in his contract, it was never gonna work. But Ryan can, I guess he can keep doing this because after like the success of Deadpool, everybody was kind of like, we love Ryan Reynolds. I think it only got stale because he's been slacking recently. But it's the same thing every time. You can always count on him to deliver. Oh no, I haven't seen a Rock movie in a hot minute, to be honest.
Surprise, a wisecracking art thief. But don't get me wrong, Reynolds isn't exactly bad at what he does.
See?
He's just limited. He's the acting equivalent of that comfort playlist on Spotify. You know, the one you put on to drown out the silence but will never actually pay attention to.
Damn.
He's a beige carpet. He's the unseasoned chicken breast of leading men. And sure, he's got range. He's got the range of a Honda Civic. And maybe that's the beauty of Ryan Reynolds. He
probably does have range. He just chooses not to. Same with The Rock. He probably does have way more range than that, but he just chooses not to.
Going to challenge us, make us feel weird, or keep us awake at night thinking, wow, that man truly transformed himself into a character. You know who does that?
I think it's worse because with The Rock, it's very easy to notice. Very easy to notice. But with I guess with Ryan Reynolds it's easy to notice as well. But like he has you like laughing or distracted with jokes, so you don't really like catch onto it.
Daniel Day-Lewis. You know who also does that? Joaquin Phoenix. In contrast, Ryan Reynolds will make a joke about a chimichanga, throw in a snarky side-eye, and call it a day. Now I know what you're thinking, but he's a great Deadpool. Sure he is.
He is.
And you know why? Because Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
The fourth wall-breaking, sarcastic anti-hero is so close to his own public persona that it's like he's just...
I feel like this guy doesn't know like when he started to become like this, and it kind of shows. It kind of I don't know if I should watch the rest of it, because it's like, yeah, he's right, but he's not seeing like the point where it changed, where he actually kind of dived more into that and kind of fell in love with that and stuck with that. Like, I think probably Deadpool probably saved his career, especially after Green Lantern.
Casually narrating his own inner thoughts. You could have thrown him on set without a script, and I guarantee the movie would have been roughly the same. And to be fair, this sort of hyper-awareness is his bread.
I think it was when he first found out he was going to do Deadpool, he got like really into like all the Deadpool comics and stuff, and started, you know, looking into it and how to like kind of be Deadpool. And then obviously the trailer got leaked, and then all the hype started happening for Deadpool, and then Deadpool finally happened. And then like, yeah, I don't know.
And butter. But here's the problem. If every role requires that same formula, are we still getting acting? Or is it just Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds? But maybe I'm missing something.
You are missing something, actually. What? Wait, did he even cover that movie? No, he didn't. He did not. I'll search it out right now. There's a movie where he doesn't do that. Ryan Reynolds. It's interesting that he didn't mention that. It's just interesting. I find that quite interesting. Where is it? Was it not him? It was him. Wait, am I tripping? What is this? War documentary. Okay. So I'm looking for a specific movie. What's the one? Am I thinking of the right one? Oh, there it is. Buried. There we go. How did this movie do? He was, and he made this. I don't see anyone. Did anyone really talk about it? 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, come on now. Budget 3 million to 2 million. How much did it make in box office? So for him to kind of like completely disregard this, like, it's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It was a movie where, like, well, I mean, you could see it in the thing. He got buried underground, and he would sit there like, he was there like for hours. Well, in the movie, the character, I guess, I think it's based off a true story. And he was just there for hours underground, and he'd basically have to act it out. So it kind of disproves his point about him having no range, because we know he can do it. There's another actor that has something similar. Like, they can do it, but they're choosing not to. They don't want to. They want to do this. So he's actively chosen to do this over doing something else. Like, I can only imagine like how, like, the emotions you would feel watching a movie like this. And it's like, okay, well, cool. If you want to disregard it, you can disregard it by all means. Fair enough. it feels like he's kind of disregarded
Maybe
the fact.
there's a huge depth here that we just haven't seen yet. Perhaps if Ryan Reynolds starred in...
Like, they all have one movie. I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this. Because I disagree with this. I'm gonna be honest. Sorry, man. You cooked with The Rock. You didn't cook with Ryan Reynolds. I'm gonna be honest.
Baby, just check this out. All black figure I stout. Got a bad bitch in my section and she rolling up that loud. Got 10 hoes on the couch. Keep running your mouth. They ain't tryna...